Good morning, welcome to your 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. We are currently seeing some sleet and rain at Wallops. We're going to see that transition to all snow later this morning into the early afternoon hours, and most likely by about noon we'll see primarily snow at Wallops. Going to see anywhere of 3 to 5 inches at Wallops today with some poor driving conditions, hazardous roadways once we move into the late afternoon as temperatures drop well below freezing, and we'll see continued moderate to possibly heavy snowfall during that time frame. So taking a look at our sounding data from this morning, freezing level 9,800 feet, winds out of the northeast in the low levels at 30 and 38 knots, then decreasing slightly out of the south at 6,000 knots and increasing once again with some speed shear between 6 and 9,000 feet up to 52 knots, and then seeing a peak wind out of the southwest at 83 knots at 20,000 feet this morning. Our current surface analysis, strong air, low pressure, currently over South Carolina, North Carolina border, continuing to spread lots of precipitation over our region. And this will continue to move off the coast right along this stationary boundary and giving us rainfall this morning and then transitioning to snowfall this afternoon and then continuing through the early evening hours. So taking a look at our current HER model for 3 kilometer NAM model for today, you can see here's the current time frame as we move into 10 o'clock. You can see that rain snow line north of our region, but it will quickly move southward after 10 to 11 and then 12. You can see here primarily snowfall, heavy snowfall possible, continuing with some banding across the area with some heavy snowfall throughout the afternoon, deteriorating conditions. Could see some whiteout conditions across the area as we'll have winds gusting near 40 miles an hour, as well as moderate to heavy snowfall. So could see some whiteout conditions across the area this afternoon. And let's move in the evening hours, early evening hours. Here's 5 to 6 o'clock this evening. That snowfall should be moving off the coast with just some flurries left behind. And taking a quick look at the radar, here's our correlation coefficient. That's showing you where the sleet and the snow's mixing. Currently, the correlation coefficient showing that across central Delmarva. And you can see some observations of snowfall where they've had all snowfall this morning. Easton 5 inches already this morning. Locations just south of D.C., west of the area, 7, 8 inches. So those locations looks like they'll be the big winner with this snow event, possibly seeing 10 to 12 inches of snowfall in those areas. But here across Wallops, going to continue to see this rain snow line sag southward and through the region as that 3 kilometer NAM model has shown. And I cannot rule out some thunder snow across the region this afternoon as we'll have very strong dynamics across the area. A good setup for some instability elevated across the region, and that could lead to some thunder snow. So not out of the question that someone does see that across the center to southern peninsula this afternoon once that precipitation does switch over to snowfall. And taking a look at our risk chart for today, we'll see that high this morning at 37, continuing to drop to currently 35, 36 degrees, should be around 33 by noon, and continuing to drop to 28 degrees during the afternoon hours with moderate to heavy snowfall. We'll see total snow accumulation 3 to 5 inches. We'll see likely precipitation gust of 38 knots. So around 40 to 45 miles an hour possible out of the north. So a very rough day outside. And we'll continue to see those ceilings lower as well for this afternoon. When we do see that heavy snowfall, going to see most likely quarter mile, possibly less than quarter mile visibility with the possibility of those whiteout conditions. Those whiteout conditions most likely would be north of the Virginia-Maryland line, but not out of the question we see that at Wallops. A very cold night tonight, 17 degrees, so no snow melting tonight and just becoming more solidified as we'll see that heavy wet snow really freeze tonight with clear skies, going to give us a good radiational cooling night, and could see temperatures in the upper teens. Inland could see temperatures near 10 degrees to single digits tonight, so a very cold night for across the peninsula. So looking at our 24-hour terminal forecast, going to continue to see those low ceilings. As I mentioned, afternoon today should see the snowfall come in at moderate pace likely, and then a chance of some heavy snowfall. And then after 1600 local looks like more lighter snowfall, slight chance we see some moderate snowfall until about 5 p.m. or 1,700 local today. But after about 1,600 local, should see that snowfall start to wind down some and move out of the region after 1,800 local. We'll see clear skies tonight and just a little bit of cirrus clouds tomorrow morning. Our tides are 1 to 2 feet above normal, currently in the moderate coastal flooding at Chincoteague. So could see some higher tides we should see some higher tides continuing as this area low pressure moves through the area. Not huge risk for flooding at Wallops. Could see a little bit of elevated or low-lying areas seeing some inundation, but overall not a flooding event for Wallops. But the causeway could be flooded at times with that moderate flooding event at Chincoteague. As we look at Tuesday and the Wednesday, Tuesday mostly sunny, partly cloudy and cold, high of 33, so temperatures just above freezing, and that's mainly due to the snowpack. If we do see the snow not quite as much we expect, the high temperature would probably be a few degrees warmer than this, but with that snowpack forecasted, going to see temperatures just above freezing for tomorrow. Tuesday night, partly cloudy in the evening, becoming mostly cloudy overcast. Low of 24 early with some light winds and that snowpack still intact. And then temperatures should rise the upper 30s by dawn with a southerly flow taking over. Then for Wednesday, mostly cloudy to overcast. A chance of isolated rain showers in the late morning, early afternoon, a high of 47 degrees. Looking like those rain shower chances slight on Wednesday around 20 to 30%. And a slight chance we see some ceilings below criteria levels here as well. So next 7 days, we'll see a 100% chance of that winter storm today. Cold conditions tomorrow. Wednesday, about 20 to 30% chance here of a slight chance of rain shower. Forgot to put in the percentage part here, but 20 to 30% for that on Wednesday. Moderating temperatures in the mid-40s. And then for Friday, another system comes in. Models are still divergent of what the track of that low is, but going to leave a chance of rain snow right now. Some of the models are showing some accumulating snow on Friday. Other models are showing just a rain event. So we'll continue to monitor that. Looks like a good chance of precipitation overall at 70%, and we'll up those chances once we get closer to the event. And then looks like we could have another light rain shower late Sunday with a strong cold front moving through with some much colder weather possible for early next week. Temperatures below normal. And you can see once again on Saturday, below normal, 37 degrees for a high. So really, after that very warm December we had, we're looking like we're back into more normal winter time weather with this snowstorm we have on today. And speaking of that, taking a look at the snow map we have for today across the area, you can see we have 6 to 9 inches forecasted across the Salisbury and points northwest. Most likely Salisbury would be on the lower end, the 6, and points northwest more towards the 9. A sliver of 5 to 7 here, including Ocean City, Pocomoke. So those areas towards Fritland and Salisbury more towards the 6 to 7. Farther south more towards the 5. And then here at Wallops, looking like 3 to 5 inches with that heavier snowfall expected as we move through the late morning into the afternoon hours with, as I mentioned, possible whiteout conditions, especially as we move north of the Maryland-Virginia line with snowfall intensity rates possibly 1 to 2 inches this afternoon per hour. So roads will be easily snow covered even though we've had those warm temperatures. And this is a fairly big snowstorm for us here across the peninsula. So do take precautions if you have to go out on the roads. And I hope everybody does enjoy the snow and enjoys the rest of the day today. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 8:15 and at 10 a.m. Hope you have a great day.